Bang, let's get it. Over the last 10 games that he has played in, Joel Embiid is crushing 26 points and assists. Now, I know he's been gone for like 10 games, but the only reason I have him on here because Quentin Grimes is out, Tyrese Maxey is out, and Kelly Oubre is out. I might even have to drop Paul George on this bitch. Now, I'm not saying to play this. I just have to mention it. And now, if we look at the prop history for Joel Embiid, points and assists, when the line is at 26, he's 16 for 20 over the last 3 months. He's been gone for 10 games. Again, I have to reiterate this. Quentin Grimes is questionable. Tyrese Maxey is out and Kelly Oubre is out. All you got is Paul George and Joel Embiid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying to play this. But over the last 3 months, he's 16 for 20 when the line is at 26 points and assists. Bang, let's get it. Peyton Watson, I think he's also returning from injury or missing games. I can't remember how many that he missed, but he missed 10, came back, and then missed another game. But we just got to cover this. Looking at the prop history, he's 15 of 22 over the last 3 months when his points line is at 9.5. Now, looking at the injuries, Aaron Gordon is questionable. Peyton Watson is probable. I just like to mention it. I just like to mention it. I'm not sure we're going to get down on that one. AJ Mitchell, also trending and also just returned. He missed 1 game, but he had a 10-game stint where he missed earlier in January. But since his return, when the line is at, what is it? Where I can't see it. 14.5 points and rebounds. Let's look at the prop history. When the line is at 14.5, he's 13 for 18 over the last 3 months. Look at the injury report. See who's out of there. No one significant is missing. AJ Mitchell is back, and his minutes should be on point. Actually, he averaged 25 minutes a game. Even when he doesn't play 25 minutes, he handles that. This is AJ Mitchell over 14.5 points and rebounds. And then we got Jalen Williams on the same team. Still, everyone should be back. Should be back. His points, rebounds, and assist line is at 20.5. He had a 10-game stint he missed. Came back, cracked that. Look at the prop history. When the line is at 20.5 points, rebounds, and assists, he's only 6 for 16 over the last 3 months. When the line is at 20.5. Okay? So, at the prop history, the injury report, no one is missing. No one of significance is missing. But again, so many players that have done well with their prop line coming off 10 plus games missed. But, I just had to mention it. Here is Tari Easton. Now, Tari Easton, this is blocks and steals. 1 block and steal. Look how many times he pushed this. It shows it has a 90% hit rate, but that's not, the pushes don't really count to me. However, when the line is at 1, he's 11 for 19, 58% over the last 3 months. See if anybody's missing. On Houston, Steven Adams, Fred VanVleet, both of those been out. Do we get 2 blocks and steal from Tari Easton? Bang, let's get it. Let's see who's next. Next we have, what happened? I thought it was Tari Easton. Oh, we got Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren points and rebound line is at 22.5. Let's see how many games he's missed. He had back-to-back games that he missed, but he came back and bounced back. Look at the last 5. But over the course of the last 3 months, when the line is at 22.5, he's 13 for 25. That's 52%. Look at the injury report to see if anyone's missing. Again, OKC, that's 3 players from OKC who has missed significant amount of time over the last 10 games. But do what we will with that information. Another player from OKC is Jalen Williams. It's his points and rebounds at 7.5. Now, I don't know if he's missed any games. He hasn't. But 90% over the last 10, looking at the prop history, when the line is at 7.5, he's 15 for 29 over the last 3 months. I showed you the injury report. There's no one of significance missing. And then he just went off against Philly, having 26. He had 26 points and rebounds, 18 points, 8 rebounds. This might be the play here. Points and rebounds for Jalen Williams to go over 7.5. Next, we got Bub Carrington. And it's his rebounds and assist line, which is at 10.5. He is not handling that under 90% of the time. Look at the prop history. Over the last 3 months, he's 13 for 28, just under 50% at 40%, 46%. Looking at the prop history, Bilal, Anthony Davis, Keyshawn, Trey Johnson, they missing a number of players, a ton of players. You know what I mean? I know a lot of these players been out for a minute, but If Bub Carrington, he's getting 27 minutes per game. In the last 4 games, he's played well over 27 minutes per game and not handling that. He did hook it one time here, barely missed it against New York on the 22nd. This is 10.5 rebounds and assists. I'm taking the under. Look at Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis' rebound line is at 5.5. Now, I know he's not playing a ton of Look, all the DNPs. It's damn near every 2 or 3 games that he's missing a game. He did, however, go over 5.5 rebounds on the 23rd versus Dallas. Look at the prop history. When the line is at 5.5, he's 2 for 7 over the last 3 months. Look at the injury report. Anybody missing from the Warriors? Butler still, Curry still, Steph still, Al Horford. You know what I'm saying? He might get some minutes, but at averaging 21 minutes a game, even when he plays more than 21 minutes a game, he's not bagging 6 rebounds. I'm taking the under on Kristaps Porzingis, 5.5 rebounds. And then we got Miles Turner. His point, rebounds, and assist line is at 17.5. Now, he did miss only one game compared to the rest. Over the last 10 games, 90% to the under at 17.5. Let's look at the prop history. When the line is at 17.5, he's 9 for 23 over the last 3 months. That's 39%. Look at the injury report. Giannis is not playing. Let's look at games without Giannis. Games without Giannis. Look, he's had 6 consecutive games without Giannis and has not gone over 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Let's look at his minutes without Giannis. He averaged 22 minutes a game without Giannis and still not really clipping those or going over 22 minutes. Even if he plays 25 minutes here, he got hooked to the under. I don't know. I think I might be on this. Miles Turner, under 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Let's go to Daily Grind Fantasy, right? I'm on underdog with it, and the top 3 plays, we on that. It's LeBron James over 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists. These are short plays. I don't have any history on these. However, we can look them up, but we're not. Keldon Johnson, under 20.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And then Isaiah Hartenstein, under 11.5 rebounds and assists. That's the 3-pick entry on underdog right there. You know what I mean? I dropped 10 trending plays. I really only like 3 or 4 of those. But LeBron James, Keldon Johnson, Isaiah Hartenstein, bang, let's get it. Let's look at Dabble real quick and see if they have anything trending. It wasn't earlier before I started the video, but things change quickly. But we're going to change the data points. I need to put 2 here. I need to put 2 here. And then I thought I saw Jared McCain. Jared McCain might get some run depending on, who's playing or not. Oh, that got bumped off because it wasn't enough data points. But on Dabble, here's the 3 that we like. We like Paul Siakam to go over 21.5 points. Austin Reeves, points and rebounds over 28. And then I thought it was another. It's Jalen Duran. His points, rebounds, and assist line is at 37. Let's look at this. We got to look at Jalen Duran. Copy. Let's go over back to Pick Finder. This is pickfinder.app. The code is really Rico. You already know. You get 10% off for life. Let's put Jalen Duran in here. And then we're going to look at his points, rebounds, and assists, because I don't think he's handling that. It was at 37 over there. We got it at 36.5. Let's bump it to 37 just to make sure. And then we're going to look at the prop history. As you can see, he's hitting that 54% over the last 3 months when the line is at 37. Over the last 10 games, the under is hitting 80% of the time. I don't know what you want to do, but I'm taking the under on Jalen Duran, points, rebounds, and assists at 37. Let's go see what them all do. We're over in the NBA. Decent matchup tonight with the Thunder at the Boston Celtics. No play on the spread. We like the over 218.5. And then we got the Rockets at Minnesota. Another decent matchup. No play on the spread. Over 223.5. And then, whoa, those are the only decent matchups that we have. It's a ton of games today, but that doesn't mean that they are all decent matchups. Let's go to here. Let's go look at the rebounds. The rebounds didn't do too bad yesterday. What was it? The rebounds went 4-2. I like the unders. Will Rashard under 3.5 rebounds. That spread is ridiculous. We put that on the lay. Ayo Dosunmu not grabbing 5 rebounds. Is still heavily juiced at minus 152 to go under. Guy Santos, he burned me a couple of times, but he doesn't average 5 rebounds in the last 10 games, nor on the season. This is under 6 rebounds at minus 106. Love that play. Ace Bailey, same thing, under 5.5 rebounds. It's plus 118. That might be on Hard Rock. We might be in the building right there. And then anybody else? Oh, Nick Richards under 8 rebounds. Like, come on, bro. Embiid is back. Nick Richards under 7.5 rebounds at plus 104. I might be all over that. Same thing with Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid assists, points and assists. I think we was on. Hold on, let's go see. Hold up. And he just got back, right? He's not hustling like that. It was Joel Embiid points and assist line at 26.5 that we thought we would take the over on. You know what I'm saying? But over here, the sharp play on Dabble, his rebound line. Whoa, that was not on the Dabble. That was on the model. His rebound line is at 6.5. I doubt it's at 6.5 still, because he's not grabbing 7, 8 rebounds. I don't think so. But there's a ton of more. Hey, Cam Johnson, man, he keep get. I don't play him over 3.5 rebounds 3 consecutive times, and he had 3 rebounds in every one of those games. I'm done with Cam Johnson. I don't want to go through all of these plays, but we're going to look at the best plays across all models. And as you can see, Cameron Johnson over 3.5 rebounds is a solid play at the top. Number 3, no. What about Paul Reed over 8.5 points? And Leonard Miller. I don't even know who Leonard Miller is, but over 8.5 points is a solid play. We might be all over that. And I talked about Paul George because Paul George and Embiid seems to be all that they have. Quentin Grimes is out. Kelly Oubre is out. Tyrese Maxey is out. Paul George not going to score 15 points? Like, come on, brother. Bro, the NBA is comprised of 450 of the best basketball players on the planet, not just in the country, on the planet. So if you're one of those players and you get 10 shots per game and you only make 2, I'm talking about DeJounte Murray. Yes, going 2 for 10 and having 10 assists. Come on, bro. You so locked in that you drop 10 dimes. However, you go 2 for 10. Man, I'm not even. Isaiah Hartenstein over 5.5 points might be interesting. And then Joel Embiid under 6.5 rebounds, one of the top plays. I also like, where is it? Jalen Johnson, his rebound line is always high, but he crushes it. I think he averages about 10 rebounds a game. But we got him over at 8.5 here. And then, where is he? I missed Yami Yaquez. Oh, look, Jabari Smith, he's hitting 2 threes. Jabari Smith is hitting 2 threes. Where's Yami Yaquez? I saw him. Oh, over 3.5 rebounds. Stop. Stop. I gotta go look at this because he cannot burn us again. Let's look at Yami Yaquez really quick. Back up. Put Yami Yaquez in here. And I want to see his rebound line. Is that 3.5? Is that 3.5? Let's look over the last 10 games. Oh, I knew it. He missed a couple of games, came back, and had 9 rebound chances and snatched 2 boards. We're not doing this. Look at the prop history anyway. When the line is at 3.5 over the last 3 months, he's 10 for 20. We might not be playing that one. All right, let's go see what parlay that the model has. How long is this video? Did we hit refresh? Yes. We got Golden State minus 12 against the Nets. Everyone blows out the Nets. You know what I'm saying? Golden State's depleted. I mean, their stars are out, but still. And then the over 216. Same thing. I called the Oklahoma City Thunder at Boston Celtics over 218. But let's look at this is the model. This is the parlay from the model. Leonard Miller over 8.5 points. Paul Reed Jr. over 8.5 points. And Paul George over 14.5 points. I really don't like who Paul George has become. But with so many people missing from this team, it is only Embiid and Paul George. You gotta do something. You gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? And another variation of the parlay is Leonard Miller, Paul Reed, both of them over 8.5 points, and then the Thunder at the Celtics to go over 218 total points. Come on, man. Don't play with me, man. I think that'll do it. I'm really Rico, you already know. Let's get this dough, bruh. Peace. I'm out.